Hello everyone! My name is Jennifer Puig, better known as Miss Jenny, and I am an Arts for Learning teaching artist in dance, movement, and yoga. Today, I'm inviting you to move and dance with me like the butterflies. Today's activity is called the Dance of the Butterflies. We are going to be looking at the cycle of a butterfly as it transforms from an egg to a caterpillar, into a cocoon, and then into a beautiful butterfly, just like you and me. We are going to be using creative movement and yoga poses to represent the beautiful butterflies. This activity is great for early childhood. In today's class, we are going to be able to warm up like butterflies using our bodies to represent their life cycle, as well as to explore concepts like open and close, high and low, small and big. By pairing up creative movement and yoga poses, children are able to self-regulate while they explore their creativity through their own personal movement. Children learn by moving. The way that I am going to be teaching you the life cycle of the butterfly today is by leading you through a creative warm-up that uses an adaptation to the song Fur Jaka. And I'm also going to be teaching you a variety of yoga poses that represent each of the stages in the cycle of a butterfly. Once we're done with yoga poses, we're going to stand up and we're going to use creative movement to sequence the dance of the butterfly. All you will need today is comfortable clothes to move in, a space to move in where you don't bump into anything or anyone, and you will also want to find 2 scarves. If you don't have any scarves like this, any piece of cloth would do. Take a moment to get ready and let's get started with the dance of the butterfly. Let's begin by placing our scarves right in front. And we're going to get into butterfly pose. In order to do butterfly pose, all you have to do is bring your toes and make them kiss. Bring your feet on top of your scarf and hands onto your ankles. We're going to flutter like butterflies with our knees and legs. The cycle of the butterfly, it is 4 stages. The first cycle I want you to explore with your scarf is when they are tiny little eggs. And if you have a big piece of cloth, how can you make it into a tiny little butterfly egg? That's right, you can scrunch, 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 scrunch your scarf. Scrunch, 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 making it small. And now we have what looks like a tiny little butterfly egg. Let's put that concept into our bodies. Let's get into egg butterfly pose. Who's a good watcher, watcher, watcher? Who's a good watcher? Show me now. Ooh. And all the way down for tiny little eggs. Ooh. And we are in butterfly egg pose. I'm an egg, I'm an egg, tiny and small, tiny and small, tiny little butterfly, egg, 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 I'm an egg. Ta-da! Let's go to our second stage of the cycle of the butterfly, which is a very long caterpillar that loves to munch, munch, munch. How can you make a caterpillar with your scarf? If we're saying long, perhaps we want to make it long, like a caterpillar. And caterpillars love to crawl, and they look nice and long as well. Let's put the caterpillar shape into our bodies. The yoga pose for caterpillar is going to be nice and long. We're coming all the way down into our bellies for a little tiny caterpillar pose. And I'm a caterpillar, nice and long, very nice caterpillar, very nice caterpillar, very long, very long. Great job, everyone. Coming back onto our knees, let's go onto the third butterfly cycle, which is a nice cozy cocoon. And a cocoon is where the butterfly sleeps and gets strong so that it can grow its wings. Let's put the cocoon into our scarves. How can I make a cocoon? Perhaps I want to wrap it around just like the butterfly does, and we're going to make it spin around. Are you ready? Spinning, spinning like a cocoon. Spinning, turning it around. Spinning, spinning like a cocoon. Nice and wrapped and warm inside. And here's our make-believe cocoons. Let's put that concept into our bodies. For the cocoon pose, I'm going to show you a cocoon yoga pose. Let's give it a try, standing all the way up in the ground. For cocoon pose, we're going to wrap our arms all around like the butterfly that goes inside. And we're also going to wrap one foot over the other. And then we're going to sit all the way down and close our cocoon. I'm a cocoon, nice and warm, Try it on the other side, a cocoon, Great job, everyone, trying not to wobble. Come all the way up, and we are ready for the last stage of the butterfly, which is when it grows its wings and begins to flutter, to dry its wings about. Coming down to the ground, onto our knees, and bringing about our scarves in front. What do you think that we can do with our scarves to represent the butterfly growing and transforming by pulling out its wings? So if we were in cocoon, which was all nice and wrapped about, now we go from a tiny cocoon into a butterfly. So maybe it grows one wing, and it grows the other wing, and it flutters, which is a little front and back movement. Flutter, flutter, dry your wings. Flutter, flutter, dry your wings. And once the butterfly has its wings nice and dry, it goes for a nice fly. Let's fly with our scarves by moving it up and down like a butterfly. Here we go. Fly, 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 the butterfly in the meadow is flying high. In the garden is flying low. Fly, 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 the butterfly. Can you give that song a try with me? And a 1, and a 2, and a 1, 2, 3. Fly, 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 the butterfly in the meadow is flying high. now it's time to put our scarves to the side as we warm up like butterflies. Let's begin butterfly pose. Butterfly, butterfly, flutter, 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 flutter. We are going to become a big butterfly right now, right now. Freeze. We're gonna make our eggs. Butterfly, butterfly. I'm a little egg. Nice and small. Legs out. Legs out. Caterpillar. Legs go out. Nice and long. Caterpillar. Freeze. Now we're going to point and flex our toes like a butterfly feet. Point and flex them. Tap. Point and flex them. Tap. Open, shut them. Like a cocoon. Open and shut them. Like a cocoon. That's high. Let's grow into our butterflies. Are we ready, cocoons? Follow me. One wing comes out and the other, and then we flutter big. Here we go. 1 wing, 2 wings, fluttering about. 1 wing, 2 wings, fluttering about. Freeze. Butterflies are ready to fly. Let's do it. 1 wing, 2 wings, flying high, flying low. Smell the flowers, smelling. Our flowers, smelling the flowers, and now we're done. Ta-da! Yay! Now that we are all nice and warm, let's learn the butterfly movements that we're going to be doing for our butterfly dance. Standing all the way up, and let's begin. So because we already know the 4 cycles of the butterfly, let's create movement for each one. For the first one, which is an egg, when the butterfly is a tiny little egg, how do you think that we can move to represent that we're a tiny, small little egg? We might use the dance non-locomotor movement of sinking all the way down into a tiny little egg. And in dance, we count in 8. So let's give that a try, counting to 8. Very slowly, shrinking down into a small little egg. That's going to be our first step. We go and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Drop your head. This is our first movement, tiny butterfly eggs. For the second stage of the butterfly cycle, the butterfly becomes a very long caterpillar that crawls about. So perhaps we can get nice and long by stretching on up for another count of 8. Are we ready? We go 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and 7 and 8. And for the crawling portion of the caterpillar, perhaps we can make undulating movements to represent the caterpillar crawling and munching about. So, and let me show you a side view. It would look like this. Like a caterpillar moving about. Yes? Let's give that a try for a count of 8. And a 1, and a 2, and a 1, 2, 3. We go caterpillar crawl, caterpillar crawl, caterpillar crawl, and caterpillar crawl. Great job. Now after the caterpillar comes inside of a cocoon. And do you remember that I mentioned that cocoons spin about? Let's go ahead and wrap our arms for a count of 4. And for the other 4 counts, we're going to spin around like a cocoon. 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And 8, we return to the center. Let's go into our last stage of the butterfly, which is when the butterfly extends its wings. 1 wing, show me 2 wings, and then we're going to go on our tippy toes and flutter. And flutter means a movement, very fast movement of your arms, front and back. Are you ready? A 1, a 2, a 1, 2, 3. We go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Great job. I would like to add one more movement before we begin, which is going to be flying around your space. Now remember, be careful not to bump into anything or anyone. I'm going to use the space that I'm in, and I'm going to use the same song that we used at the beginning of our class. So with our scarves, it's going to look like this. Fly, 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 the butterfly. In the meadow, she's flying high. In the garden, she's flying low. Fly, 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 the butterfly. And then that's going to be the end of our dance. Let's put that all together and let's hold on to our scarves. Take a moment to grab those scarves, 1 on each hand, and let's begin. Are you ready, butterflies? 2 scarves in your hands, ready for our tiny little eggs. We go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, caterpillar. 1, 2, 3, 4, long 5, 6, 7, 8, crawl. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, cocoon. We go 1, 2, 3, 4, wrap yourselves. 5, 6, 7, 8. 1 wing comes up, then the other. Tippy toes flutter in the sky. Are you ready to fly about? Let's give it a try. Here we go. Fly, 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 the butterfly. In the meadow, she's flying high. In the garden, she's flying low. Fly, 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 the butterfly. Yay! Great job, everyone. That was so much fun, becoming butterflies from the beginning of their life cycle all the way to the end of when they become these beautiful flying creatures. Today, through creative movement and a variety of yoga poses, which are shapes that we make with our bodies, we were able to explore the cycle of a butterfly. What a great way to use creative movement in order to have a little bit of fun exploring all those beautiful things that our heart desires. Other cycles that you might want to explore through creative movement and yoga are the cycle of a frog, the cycle of a ladybug, or even the cycle of a plant. The key here is asking, how does it look? How does it move? Thank you so much for joining me today in the dance of the butterflies. We want to see you moving like butterflies as well. So please don't forget to ask your parent or guardian to take videos and pictures of you moving like the beautiful butterflies. You can tag us at A4L Miami or use the hashtag A4L at home. using Facebook, Instagram, or Twitter. It's been a great journey today. Have fun exploring, and until next time, namaste.